What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. We got you a Wednesday workout. This week, we've also, let's recap on Sunday. We had a pretty good turnout. We had a good group, had some good times with working on some specific training of muscles when we did some glute bridges, did a Tabata of those, kind of training the specific muscles in the posterior with our hamstrings and glutes, firing up with the hips. Then we went into some mountain climbers to get the heart rate a little bit elevated. And then we did our workout with some thrusters, but we did it unweighted on Sunday with a squat to overhead reach and some line hops. We did some interval style. Had a good time with it. Everybody crushed it as usual. I can't think of a week that I have put something on the board and there might be some apprehension at the beginning, but everybody just smashes it each time. They modify it if they need to, and they just put the correct intensity into the workout that's necessary in order to get results. And I hope everybody is seeing some results. I've got a bunch of feedback stating that they have been, whether it is I don't know if I've gotten too much of the actual I'm looking better, I've lost some weight. It's more of the functionality is starting to come back with their mobility, or with some strength that they didn't have before. It is starting to come back to them where they felt like they may have lost it. So those are awesome stories to hear. And if you've got any more of them, I'd love to hear them. It means that the program that we're putting out, or the programming that we're putting out, is working, and that means we're on the right track. So having that feedback is a really good indicator for me that we're pushing it in the right area. If I have some feedback that maybe I'm too sore 4 or 5 days after a workout, maybe that means that our intensity, the volume is just too much. Maybe we need to back that off and reevaluate. So please provide me the feedback. But last week I actually did the workout. But as it turns out, I've had to have a surgery recently, which some of you might know, on removing a mole on my back to remove any possibility of had any precancerous cells. So I went ahead and had that removed. So I'm kind of on a weight restriction on what I can do with movements. So bear with me in these next few weeks. So especially with my mentality, my mental health. You guys know me. I like to work out, and I've not been able to do that here lately. So, but again, there's no excuse. We can always do something. So, I mean, whether it's walk on the treadmill, as you guys know, when we do our warm-ups, I've been doing some prehab. I just finished it actually with walking backwards, doing some knee. Just some quarter squats with single legs in order to prehab those knees. So if you have any issues at home where I can't do anything because of an issue, you can do something. And I posted not too long ago on Instagram, I think on Facebook as well, a quote that I heard recently. It is, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And that really hit home with me, especially with specifically with fitness, or with it being our nutrition, or really anything in life. Honestly, the challenge brings out good results. So trying to make sure I have a good positive attitude has been a challenge, but you know, hey, hopefully come out strong on the other end. So hey, let's talk about the workout real quick. We're going to do 3 rounds of a 400-meter run, followed by 30 sit-ups, followed by 20 Renegade rows. So that's a new movement that we've not introduced before. I'll try to post a link within the description that should give you some sort of idea. It might take you to another video that'll show you what a Renegade row is, or I'll try to maybe figure out a way to put that in here somewhere so you can see it. Basically, it's a plank with some sort of weights involved. You don't have to use weights, but I'll show you. I can't really demo it again, but I'll try to let you know as to kind of talk you through it, okay? So first of all, we'll start off with the 400-meter run. Remember, it's 3 rounds of a 400-meter run. If you remember from our past videos, roughly that's 2 minutes of a run is where I want you to try to keep it at. So if you want to get out and run a little bit outside, and down the sidewalk or down the road, just run out a minute and come back. Run out a minute, come back a minute. 400-meter runs, if you want to go to a track, it's 1 lap around. And then we're going to go into a sit-up. We've gone over the sit-up. Standard is obviously sitting on our butt with our feet somewhere or right out in front of us. I usually kind of butterfly the feet, lay back, touch above our head, throw the hands if you need to, utilize the hands in order to kind of help your way up. And then you're going to touch out in front of your feet or your toes, wherever they might be, so you get the shoulders in front of the hips to complete the rep. Again, we're doing 30 of those, and then you're going to go into the 20 reps of a Renegade row. The Renegade row is essentially a plank with dumbbells or some sort of implement, typically, and you're going to hold that push-up position, and then you're going to move your weight over to one side, and then you're going to lift up that dumbbell into this row. If you remember, we've done the rows while standing, whether it be the crush grip or double dumbbell rows this way. It's the same premise into a plank position where you're going to hold that plank and row that weight back with a vertical elbow parallel to the floor. Boom, down to the floor. That's 1. Do the other side. 2. Now our core is going to get really lit up here because we just got done doing sit-ups. So take a break if you need to. Another, if you want to talk about some scales for this, I would prefer that you should still utilize the 400-meter run or the 2 minutes, as we just talked about. If you even walk out a minute and walk back, I'm okay with that. Try to get some sort of jog in there if you can, so we can elevate the heart rate, but that's fine as far as the scale goes. Scales for a sit-up. You can go laying on your back, sit up to the knees, just tapping the knees or the back of the ankles. If you want to put your feet on the ground, touch the back of the ankles, or again, the top of the knees are fine for your sit-up. For the plank, you can go down to the knees to modify that from that push-up position. Instead of being up on your toes, move it down to your knees, put a pad down if you need to, and you're still going to do that same row. Another scale would be to do it without weight. So you can get up into the plank position, and you're really going to focus on holding that left arm or right arm steady, that single arm steady, while really trying to focus on squeezing the muscles through the range of motion versus trying to heave a weight. So if we need to focus on the movement pattern while squeezing and activating these muscles, I'm really trying to activate my lats here. Squeeze and pull if I don't have that weight to help me. The weight would help you squeeze and activate the muscle, but if you don't have or choose not to go with a weight, you can really just kind of squeeze through it, really trying to feel those muscles. That's part of it, guys, is to know which muscles I need to activate for this particular movement. What we're trying to focus on is bigger muscle groups, activating bigger muscle groups that have the capacity to recover better. So as an example, if I'm just trying to row this up using, instead of using my back, if I just try to pull up here with a T-Rex arm, that means I'm utilizing a bicep and a forearm, which are not very big, robust muscles, versus the lat and my back. These are bigger muscle groups that will help me achieve the rep, as well as they'll be able to actively recover as I run. They'll recover better than, say, a bicep or a forearm, which you'll have to do a lot of shaking out and things like that don't recover very quickly. Once lactate enters those muscles, they don't really flush very quickly, but the bigger muscle groups do. So be thinking about that. If you do go without the weight, really try to squeeze and activate this lat so you know what it feels like. So that way when you do add that weight, oh, this is how I'm supposed to move, because I know it's going to activate my lat and my upper back. Hopefully that makes sense. So give that a try, guys. Remember, 400-meter run, 30 sit-ups, 20 of the of the row, the Renegade row. Again, remember your scales. If you have any questions about any of those, hit me up. I'll definitely throw you something back. 3 rounds of that, guys, okay? So have fun with it. Have a good rest of your week. I hope to see you guys on Sunday. I've got another good one planned for you on Sunday. Hopefully we have a good group. Guys, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support that you all have given with the church. Trying to bring in more people from outside in the community to see what not only Colonial Heights Christian is kind of about as far as the community goes, but also what fitness does for each of us in the collective. I mean, we're building a stronger group of individuals and a stronger group of Christian believers that know that, you can take some time. You don't have to worship in the same way. Throwing some music on, it's in the background. He's going to get you through it, no matter if it's a hardship or it's just a simple workout. That's really not that big of a deal in a grand scheme of things. But we're really growing together in a community, and I love it. It's why I like to do this. So again, have a great week. We'll see you on Sunday. God bless.